Welcome back to Let's Fly Kerbal Space Program. I have bad news. The station is doomed. Conrad Kaplanck has been on this station for a matter of several weeks. I should look it up to figure out the exact record. I don't know, but he's definitely has set the Kerbal record for the most amount of time in space. He's been conducting many experiments. He's studying how to live in space. And he has a couple of reports that we have made some serious mistakes in the internal construction of this space station. Things are not properly made for the environment. Various insulations and whatnot are breaking down. If this station continues to operate, then eventually there's going to be some kind of disaster. In his report, Conrad Kaplanck's report, is that it is not reparable, and we need to deorbit it and start over. So it's kind of a sad day for the station. And things that we can salvage, you see, here's Station Module 1, it's got to go. Station Module 2, it's got to go. Station Module 3 is okay. We had some alternate construction techniques and we were putting this one together, and this one has no problems. 4 and 5 never did get launched because those were supposed to go in Spork 10. Spork 10 had problems. Station Module 6 is what it can stay. Everything else up here, including the DART vehicles, has to go. Okay, so that's the role-playing version, and but I'll tell you what's really happening here. This station, the whole construction, it gives me some problems. I'm using the Fustek expansion parts that expanded the mod. And the thing is, very shortly after I started constructing my space station, the guy came out with a new, updated, better looking, better functioning version of the mod. New parts using the same names, but he says that unfortunately using them would break the save. They're not backwards compatible. And so I've just been, getting along without them, and so, okay, I'll use the old parts, I can deal with that. Then at the same time, this part uses these RCS tanks attached to the space station. These are made with the Stretchy SRB mod, which has now been, that mod has been completely superseded by the Procedural Parts mod. So I no longer have any use for the Stretchy SRB, and these two parts are the only thing remaining of that mod in my install. And if these were gone, I could uninstall it. This is kind of the same thing. This also has, here we go, the parts for the Kerbal Engineer. I mean, I removed the plug-in, but the parts still remain. I stopped using Kerbal Engineer, removed MechJeb, I would like to be able to uninstall them. The life support modules here, this was an experimental, this was a kind of a work in progress mod that a guy put together. And this has been superseded in that the life support parts are now part of the Procedural Parts mod. Then just a little earlier today, as I record this, I updated the module manager to the most recent version, and found out that it also, in certain cases, not in every case, but in certain cases, that mod breaks backwards compatibility. And now my engines that I have on here, these things are all running on kerosene. They reverted to the default. So did the paint job on the tank. I mean, had this other one, it's a different paint job. So none of these engines are usable, and all these DART vehicles I have hooked up to the station are dead weight. Some of these problems could be fixed doing some config file editing and whatnot. However, I think I don't want to. Oh yeah, another problem, the Canary module that Conrad Kaplanck is going to ride back down to Kerbin. This was made before I started using TAC life support, and so it doesn't have any provisions for food, water, and air. And so it has like just barely 1 day's supply in there. In short, many parts of this station have problems. So I got a plan. Not all of it has to be got rid of, just most of it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to undock all this stuff. We're going to, yeah, I'm going to disassemble large parts of it. We're going to keep this station module, what was it, station module 6 and station module 3. We're going to attach these together, and we're going to reuse them whenever we launch a new station core. But we're going to, I believe that everything that's up here should have enough RCS. Well, here, let's actually top up the tanks. So we will be briefly without a Kerbal presence in space, but this is going to be the focus of the next several launches, is going to be reassembling the station. I won't. Yeah, I know it took several episodes to get to this point, and I really do not intend to stretch out the reassembly over several episodes. We'll probably do a whole lot of that. I'll record like little brief bits and pieces of it for an in the meantime kind of thing. It's okay, station. It's and honestly, the thing with the module manager, that was kind of the even though I gathered there's a couple of fixes that we could do with it. It's kind of the last straw. I've been thinking about disassembling and deorbiting most of this station for a while, because it is just offering me lots of problems. So here we go. Here is a Dart 3. Is this one has fuel in it? Nope. Oh, should I keep one of fuel? No, I'm not going to even keep one of these fuel tanks, because all these fuel tanks are the balloon tanks, which I decided that I wasn't going to use for putting any kind of a load on them. Okay, here we go. Oh, am I doing this backwards? I was doing that backwards. Why did I do that? Yeah, we want to deorbit. Grief. Yeah, just 100 RCS is enough for that. Okay. All right, switch back. Let's do another one. Yeah, there was some kind of I don't know what problem they had with the manufacturing. There's something that they did not plan for, that at the same moment, every one of these engines, all these guys have the same model of engine. Oh, well, I take it back. Maybe that one's got a different one. But they all broke at the same time. So I suppose it could overall be considered a kind of sad episode of Let's Fly Kerbal Space Program. Here's an idea in case things go wrong. Conrad Kaplank, he is going to move into the Canary capsule right now. And we're going to go ahead and undock. Whoops. Undock. Thank you. I think I know what I'm going to do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's going to use the Canary capsule, he's going to use that to deorbit this fuel tank. That's what we're going to do. So he's just going to float free for a couple of minutes. I suppose maybe I should. I didn't have to undock him right then. Switch over here. And so I imagine Conrad Kaplank is doing a whole bunch of this stuff by remote control from while he's inside there. I'm not in any particular hurry. We can do all this stuff slowly. Really, doing this stuff is fun. It is, to me, it is personally rewarding, even as slowly as it goes. So I know I end up gonna edit a whole bunch of it out of the videos, but now that this is so much fun, just moving things around and reassembling them in orbit in various ways, I find myself kind of wondering, why did I ever even bother with trying these various mechanical arms? They're just a whole lot more complication than is even needed. Whoop, and like that. All right, good. Happy with that. Okay. So now now let's switch vehicles again. Let's get over to Conrad Kaplank. Here he is, and this time we're going to control this backwards. Control from here. Good. And now I want to make this my target. I want him to dock over there. Conrad Kaplank is enjoying it. I don't know, he didn't enjoy sitting around in the station too very much as various things started falling apart and we had various malfunctions. The mechanical defects and design flaws began to make themselves apparent. But he gathered lots of very, very useful information, experience in order to go back with a report on how to best assemble a station. The various changes that need to be made. So he's definitely looking forward to doing that. Tiny little squirts of RCS as we go. Bang. Alright, good. Yeah, the one part that I was almost forgetting. Now that he is here. Okay, Conrad, you're actually going to do EVA. I have some actual work that I need you to do. Let me see. Let's plan it ahead in my head. Exactly what needs done. Yeah, I see which ones I'm going for. Okay. Conrad, EVA. Thank you. Conrad. Conrad, where you are? There you are. Let go. Turn your pack on. Okay. Pull down here. And some of these RCS ports that we probably aren't really going to be using. We're going to learn the lessons from that last experience docking this stuff. Can I grab this? Still too far away. And try to make this easier to work with this time. I can't click on it. Grab. There we go. Now we have an RCS thruster block. We're just going to make this payload easier to work with. Now I want to attach. Well, I wanted to put it on the frame outside, but this will work. Doesn't have to be perfect. Good. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, look how happy he is. Here we go. And do the same thing here. And this, I learned this actually watching a really great Kerbal Space Program YouTuber who you really do need to check out, Bob Fitch. That guy's really good. Very, very enjoyable. Let's do an attach and put that right there. Good. Okay, and that works really well. Yeah, and so Bob Fitch was making this excellent replica of the real-life International Space Station, doing a whole lot of part edits and doing a lot of things, and he showed me the value of having specifically using Kerbal Attachment System. Here, let's grab this. Thank you. Yeah, specifically the value of doing that to not only to place RCS ports, but also to take them off after they've served their purpose. So, you know, get to reduce some of the part count. Put it right about there. Alright, good. That is exactly what I was looking for. So now that thing should be so much easier to maneuver, right? I think it's kind of hard to tell how far away you are. He's about to bump into it. Attach. Attach. Right there. Good. There. Good. Yeah, I think we can get away with just those. We don't need to do all four all the way around. Take a look at that landscape going by down below. Let's go ahead and get back into your capsule. And wave goodbye to what's been your home these past weeks. And grab on and board. Okay. That worked. I was pleased with it. Okay, how about this thing's monopropellant supply? Since we're going to keep this DART vehicle is going to stay in orbit just long enough until we get something else. It's going to help to reassemble the next component of the next station. Okay, so yeah, let's refill him. Let's click on this one. Oh, that one's almost full. Look at that. Give this guy a whole bunch of monopropellant. There we go. How about this? This has like some RCS in it, doesn't it? Yeah, let's fill this up. Even though I know there's no way he's going to use all of that, because he's just going to get off of there and deorbit. Okay, so that is about as ready to go as he's going to be. So, Conrad Kaplunk. Now he's going to decouple from this. Undock. I keep on using the wrong terms for these. Undock, decouple. It's all the same thing. Okay, so now the plan is we're going to decouple from here. And I'm going to swing around and dock on this end. Okay, now, will these RCS ports work? It's kind of hard to see if they are. It doesn't... Maybe it's just the way that it balances out, that most of our visible effect is going to be from there. It's okay. Maybe it is, because there's like significantly less wobbling this time than we had previously. Let's actually turn that SAS off, because I want to pitch down to line up with my target docking port. So, I'm pleased. I'm pleased that this little adventure with Kerbal Attachment System, that it appears to be stable, it appears to have things not exploding. Yeah, I set up like a second install of the game, and I added this, and I've been playing around just a little bit, just experimenting with KAS and also with the Infernal Robotics hinges. It looks like maybe they will work. I'm certain that if you abuse them, you can make them explode, but I believe we'll go ahead and we're going to add it to this install. Oh, wait a second, I need to back up some. Look at that. Reef. Recent comments on a video I want to explain some of my thinking on what mods and what parts I'm gonna be using. I mean, overall, my general plan is I'm going to stick to good old chemical rockets until such time as I have a manned base on Minmus and or the moon. And, you know, I still want to keep like a regular sense of technological progression happening. We need to scoot right just a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so... And then after we reach that point where we've got, you know, not just a simple landing, but I've got some kind of a base that's happening there. Then we'll be able to use what the nerve is, the nuclear rockets. Nuclear rockets, of course, never used in atmosphere. They will never be placed on a vehicle that I intend to be re-entering the atmosphere. Also, not be used for any vehicles that are going to land at bases that I set up on other bodies, whether they have atmospheres or not, as I just don't want them spraying radioactive exhaust all over the place where my little green dudes are living, you know? Okay, so yeah, we get Minmus base, Moon base set up, and at that point, then I feel that we can use the nuclear engines. And then we use the nuclear engines, I think, after we get a base set up on another planet, probably Duna, since it seems, there's many good reasons why that is a traditional choice. But, I'm not totally locked into that. We may go for something else. But after that, then I want to start experimenting around with one of these other mods. Maybe a very stripped down version of KSP Interstellar. Maybe I'm actually leaning more towards the near future propulsion pack. That looks like there could be some very exciting things happening there, and I know that there's interest in updating and upgrading that mod. Okay, so now here we are. That part worked flawlessly. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's undock from here and switch vehicles again. The game always guesses wrong over which one I want to keep control of. Again, SAS is on. Let's just RCS backwards from this just slightly. Okay. And these three components are all going to stay in orbit until such time as we can put these two docking adapters onto the new station core. And at that point, the DART vehicle will deorbit, the DART 3. Another thing that I'm looking at doing is the Kethane mod, except I don't... It's always irritated me that Kethane itself as a resource, the substance itself is kind of silly and nonsensical. it looks like it should be a fairly straightforward process to do some config file editing. And instead we're going to change this so that the caffeine, I just want to define good old water ice as a resource. That's something that we can search for on bodies, something that we can mine, and then we can, you know, for the electrolysis, would take a whole heaps, big piles of electricity. We'll take, oops, hang on, that's not running the direction I want. Here, let's control from here. How about that, huh? Yeah, take water ice. You have to specify it's water ice because there's other kinds of ice. And you use great big piles of electricity, and you can separate it into, you know, process, quite often call it cracking. And you can crack it into into hydrogen and oxygen, which coincidentally is what all my engines are running on. So yeah, well, I figure that we'll set up some way that seems balanced, where you have to have a whole lot of electrical generation happening to feeding into the water ice converter, and that way we'll be able to have some kind of refueling post set around. So yeah, all kinds of various plans of where I want these things to go. Okay, I'm just gotten nervous about one thing really quick. Let me pull my Delta V stats up here again. RCS Delta V is only 54. I thought it would be more than that. But what am I thinking? It's because I went and I removed so much. Put a maneuver node right here. I'm going to do prograde. Negative 54. We get a periapsis up. Oh, yes it is. Of course it is. I don't know what I was worried about. Close that. I never doubted it for a second. Of course it'll work. Just, you know, don't waste any. Okay, adventure. You've been a good station. We had a couple of adventures that started here, and that was good, but really this basic configuration, having the cupola up front and the habitation module and then a core module with you can branch off in several different directions, is very basic, and I really want the next one to pretty much follow exactly the same pattern. So yeah, Conrad Kaplank, he's watching. He's got it, probably going to salute with a tear in his eye. Yes, maybe I should have waited for the periapsis. And we're just going to burn our RCS here. And yeah, it's time. It is time for adventure to take her final ride. It's going to take a few minutes, isn't it? Very, very slowly RCSing away. It's kind of good fitting. It's a slow, stately farewell. You know what we should do as we're doing this? I bet you actually this is something. This is out of respect. Conrad Kaplank, he probably closed the windows before he left. Okay, good. Turn that off and turn that off. And that station is done. Yeah, we'll go. I think I kind of just want to follow. I want to follow adventure for a while. Then we'll go back and we'll have Conrad Kaplank's adventure. It's going to be some buffeting. Let's actually turn all that off, because I bet you this is going to be kind of cool. And the whole altitude numbers and everything don't really interest me at this point. I'm just looking for the visuals. Adventure. You gave me problems. That was kind of frustrating. And so I guess a good way to say it is I'm sad to see the station go. I'm not sad to see these particular problems go. I mean, I know there are going to be other problems, but it's good to see these go. And there will be other stations. It looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Really soon now we should see some re-entry effects. It's too bad. I should have planned this so it'd be at night. Should have planned this so it'd come down. I should have searched for a continent, call that Australia, just to be, you know, all properly traditional about it. Maybe it's sort of like Australia. Do I see a little bit of re-entry flameage happening? I thought I did. Yep, we definitely do. Got some re-entry going on. So we'd either, at this point, we'd either be playing taps, or it would be have something, some kind of a version of the action movie, very, very dramatic. Maybe it would be, yeah, that could be actually a very interesting dynamic musical composition. We'll have taps set to, you know, this driving drum beat of, and lots of bass, showing the violent tragedy happening here, while still offering our respect to the departed station. Stuff's going to start blowing up pretty soon here, you know that? Honestly surprised it hasn't already. Yeah, it seems to have found a semi-stable configuration. It's just the way the air points. As soon as I say it, it starts tumbling a little bit more. Yep, okay. Okay, well there went the crap container. Didn't need that anyways. Bye, crap. Actually, that's going to slow down faster. Oh, no, it's gone. Oh, what's that? That's the docking port up there. Whee! Flying like a frisbee. Oh. More stuff. Oh, that's good. You got to love the fireballs. Some stuff is... Oh, that's an interesting effect. It's actually burning instead of just immediately exploding. I like the flames there. That's good. Oh, two different separate components. Okay, well there goes the habitation module. Now we just got the core. Well, suppose we'll stick with the core. Bye, habitation module. Oh, and habitation module is gone. Core is hanging tough, man. Okay, yeah, well that docking port is gone. Now it's just the core itself has to be taking the heat. But I imagine if I were to check temperatures and stuff, which I kind of wanted to just turn the whole GUI off, I imagine it's actually slowing down enough and cooling off that this may be going for a splashdown. Yeah, if it was big enough and had enough expendable pieces, that this part looks like it is going to splash down. Yeah, it really should have been Australia. Just be totally traditional about it. And it's fitting that this was the first component that we launched. This was actually, so if I recall, that may have been, that's like first or second episode of the series. It was actually launching this thing with Spork 10. And the way these things go, that actually seems kind of like a long time ago. And she's done. Goodbye, adventure. You served well. You served as a good template for things that will follow.